Is Rohit Sharma's intent good for the Indian team or just his brand?
In the first two matches of the Champions Trophy, Rohit Sharma averages 30 and has a strike rate of 118. He's the only one to have a strike rate of more than 100 in the Indian top order. But a lot of people have been criticizing him for not being able to bat long and bashing all the balls only in the first 10 overs. Now, this isn't new for Rohit Sharma and the Indian team, right? This is a version that we saw before the 2023 World Cup, in the 2023 World Cup, and even in the T20 World Cup. But before we talk about the new version of Rohit Sharma, why he changed his approach and how it benefits the team, hit that subscribe button.
To understand this new version of Rohit Sharma, it's important to go back into time, a couple of years in fact, to when this change first occurred. And we go back to two important dates. Firstly, when he took over the T20I captaincy on 17th November 2021, and secondly on 6th Feb 2022 when he took over the ODI side as well. This change of course was initiated due to India's poor showing in the 2021 T20 World Cup and also the controversy surrounding the captaincy of Virat Kohli. One thing that Rohit had made very clear when he took over captaincy was that he wanted to instill a new approach in the way the team batted. And the reason for this was simple, right? Modern cricket teams were playing white ball cricket a certain way, especially someone like in England who would come out and look to score 400 in an ODI game almost every time. This led to a snowball effect all over the world where teams were more aggressive right from the start of the innings, and Rohit wanted to make sure that India were not left behind the 8 ball and would be able to compete in world events.
Now, something that coincided with Rohit Sharma taking over the captaincy is the fact that his opening partner was changed. Shikhar Dhawan was not in his best of forms and was getting dropped from the Indian team, and Shubman Gill was on the rise. What is very evident is that there is a big difference in terms of batting numbers for Rohit Sharma before captaincy and since captaincy. From 2013 to 2021, Rohit Sharma averaged 58 with the bat with a strike rate of 92, which in itself are great numbers. But then when you look at Rohit Sharma since taking over captaincy, his average has fallen to 48, but as an opener, this is still an impressive number, but his strike rate has risen up to 118, which is the new version of Rohit Sharma that you see on display today.
This new version of Rohit is someone that's extremely unapologetic. He does not like to take his time against the bowlers like the Rohit of the past used to. In fact, he believes in taking the attack right from the get-go and putting the pressure on the opposition. Now call this a coincidence or a tactical genius move from Rohit Sharma, but ever since 2021-22 where Shikhar Dhawan started falling out of form, that's when Rohit Sharma became the aggressor in their partnership and eventually from there into his captaincy. We looked at Rohit and Shikhar's strike rates between the overs of 0 and 10, and for every year other than 2015, Shikhar Dhawan has had a higher strike rate, which meant that he was the aggressor in that partnership, allowing Rohit Sharma not only to take his time but also play slowly and be able to dominate later on. Now since 2022, Shikhar Dhawan obviously has retired and Shubman Gill has taken his place at that opening spot. Shubman Gill too is an attacking player, and so that complements Rohit's current style of play, and this is benefiting India as well.
Now let's look at numbers and understand how big of a difference has this version of Rohit Sharma been as compared to the one before. Now Rohit Sharma's strike rate from 2013 to 2022 in the first 10 overs was 76.4, whereas since 2022 that strike rate jumped to 127.5. Now to make this simpler, imagine Rohit Sharma faces every ball of the power play. Until 2022 he would score 45 runs in that power play, but since 2022 this number jumps up to 75 runs in that power play. This is also reflected in the way the Indian team starts off in the power play in the ODI format, because from 2015 to 2021 India had a run rate of about 4.9 in the overs 0 and 10, but since 2022 the number 4.9 has jumped up to 6.2, which is more than a run a ball.
Now what this has done, and something that's also been evident in all of the ODI cricket that India has been playing in the last couple of years, is that it's put the opposition on the back foot from the very beginning. Bowlers a lot of times when they are attacked in this manner do not know what their plan B is or where to go or how to execute deliveries, especially to batters like Rohit and Shubman who will capitalize on anything that is loose. And unlike a situation that would dictate how a lot of openers bat, this is not the case with Rohit Sharma's current approach. Be it the first or the second innings, whether or not India is setting a target or chasing a target, Rohit Sharma is still coming out and batting the same way, irrespective even of conditions or the opposition itself. An added benefit is that if these Indian openers get to a really good start and an aggressive one at that, then it allows the rest of the batters to come in and either take the game to the opposition or just take their time, settle down, play out the tough overs and then accelerate towards the end. Now because Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill on average are giving 62 runs in just the first 10 overs of an ODI, it allows batters like Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul to come in and play their natural game. They do not have to worry about upping the ante in those middle overs, especially when someone like a Kohli might struggle against spin, something we've also done a video on, so go check it out. They can basically bide their time, preserve their wicket and ensure that they're able to save enough wickets for them to be able to get a big score towards the end.
Now this style of play also allows the Indian team to maximize optimize the power play and make sure they use the new ball. We saw this in the first Champions Trophy game against Bangladesh when the conditions continued to worsen as the ball got older. Because of the style of play Rohit Sharma has adopted, we got 69 runs by the end of the 10 overs while chasing only 228. Because of which, even though the conditions continued to worsen, the Indian batters didn't need to take any unnecessary risk and weren't really under pressure. Because Rohit Sharma is the captain and the fact that he opens for the Indian team and he's batting this way, this only has a domino effect over other batters as well, because you can go out there and express yourself if your opener and the captain is batting like this. We've seen this with Shreyas Iyer and Shubman Gill, who are not afraid to put the bowlers under pressure even when the Indian team is under pressure.
But with all things that seem too good to be true, is this also the case with Rohit Sharma's batting approach, and is this actually a double-edged sword? For all the years that we've seen Rohit Sharma play ODI cricket, we know the kind of batter he's been for the Indian team. He's only one batter in the history of ODI cricket to have not one, not two, but three double centuries. That's not something that you hear ever. But what this approach has done for Rohit Sharma is that he's no longer getting these big daddy hundreds, nor is he getting these hundreds often. From 2013 to 2022, Rohit Sharma was getting a century every 5.1 innings. But ever since 2022, with Rohit Sharma coming in with this new batting approach and taking the captaincy of the Indian team, he's now getting 100 only once every 14 innings. Now, this is a huge difference. This means that in these two time periods, Rohit Sharma is getting hundreds at a rate that is 3x slower than what he used to earlier.
But this isn't true in terms of him scoring a 50 plus every match, because from 2013 to 2022, he scored a 50 plus score every 2.3 innings with a strike rate of 92. But since 2022, he scored a 50 plus score every 2.5 innings, which is a negligible difference, but at a strike rate of 118.
What this means is that while Rohit Sharma is giving you those good starts, he's not often going on to convert them and play for the rest of the innings, and this means that a lot of onus now falls on the batters to follow. One of the most straightforward examples of this is the 2023 ODI World Cup final, where India got off to a very good start, scoring 80 for 2 in their first 10 overs thanks to a 47 from Rohit Sharma in quick time. However, the way the batters played after that and how they were unable to take the attack to the opposition and just wasting too much time in the middle meant that India were eventually able to post only a score of 240, and this meant that the target became extremely easy for Australia to chase down and beat India in that World Cup final.
As much as we take this example, it's not on Rohit alone to be able to bat for long, because he did this the entire 2023 World Cup and he's done this ever since then. But because the risk reward is very high with Rohit Sharma batting this way, and the fact that Shubman Gill is entering his prime and has been proving himself to be a match winner with Shreyas Iyer and Virat Kohli in the middle order scoring runs now. So it's okay for Rohit Sharma to bat this way as long as he can get those runs consistently and the rest of the batting order are scoring those runs. This has been our video on Rohit Sharma's batting approach and this version of Rohit Sharma that we see today. Like, share and subscribe, all that good stuff. If you haven't followed us on socials, please go down to our description and follow us on Instagram. If you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, do that too. We put out videos every Tuesdays and Fridays. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.